The bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word. Does anyone remember that? That was really fucking annoying, wasn't it? So, I'm gonna recommend you some books based on Maine animals. Because that's where we're at this daily vlogging thing. Let's start, with the state bird, the chickadee. A chickadee is a very teeny bird. And kind of indistinguishable from most other birds that aren't, like other little birds. We have lots of little birds. Chickadee, little tiny bird, little quick little bird, not seen that very often, or at least, kind of indistinguishable from other things, from other stuff. And for that, I'm gonna recommend Eliza and Her Monsters. So if you don't know, Eliza and Her Monsters was a pretty popular book on BookTube for a little bit there. It's about a girl who anonymously makes this online comic that's super, super popular, and she's really unpopular in school, and because nobody like knows that that's what she does. And then one of the most prominent fan fiction writers of her comic ends up going to her school. So it kind of goes off from there. The reason I picked this is because it's similar, kind of, to Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, which I also really enjoyed. I think that Fangirl, it's a really good book. I did really, really enjoy it. However, I think that Eliza and Her Monsters did everything that Fangirl was trying to do, just a little bit better. However, I still recommend both of them highly. But because, like, both of them are kind of, like, they have similar minty colored covers, and, like, they're kind of indistinguishable at first glance kind of thing. So that's why I picked that one. I'm doing this off the fly, guys. Didn't think about this till literally just now. So next, we have Beaver. What's a gay story I can pick? Gideon the Ninth. Okay, I know that this is like a controversial book or whatever, and yes, it is very confusing. Gideon the Ninth is very gay, and it's snarky, and it does take a bit to get into because it can be very confusing. It reads like a movie. I really enjoyed the ending. Actually, you know what? It doesn't read like a movie. It reads like an anime. That's how it reads. I really enjoyed it, and it's very gay. So that's what I'm picking for Beaver. Turkeys! Oh my gosh. Okay, so frequently, there's just like a fucking flock of turkeys just on the side of the road, just doing whatever. And they're always in groups. Very on trend, these turkeys. Very fabulous. Oh, Daisy Jones and the Six. Daisy Jones and the Six. That's what I'll pick for turkey. That's a book that's very popular and on trend. There's a cat. Wow, Maine accent would just fell right out. Like, nope. Daisy Jones and the Six is what I'm picking for turkey because they are a very popular book, and the bird is a very popular, especially around Thanksgiving, and they seem to always be with their friends. I never really just see one turkey running around. Also, kind of like the colors of the turkey are kind of similar to one of the covers of Daisy Jones and the Six, and I really did enjoy that book. Also, I highly recommend that you listen to the audiobook of that, just like everybody else does. Why do I recommend that for this book? Because turkey gobbles are hilarious and a good time. Daisy Jones and the Six is sex, drugs, and rock and roll. It's about a girl named Daisy who joins a band called the Six. They become very, very, very popular, and it is an interview format book that talks about why the band, like everything leading up to the band becoming what it was, and then why the band broke up, because the band broke up at the height of its fame. It's great, so good. Black bear. If you have been watching all these videos, you know that I saw a black bear recently. It was crossing the road. I stopped for him. It was majestic and beautiful, and I loved it. They are mysterious creatures, black bears. They're also what our hockey team is named after, our college hockey team. They're sleek, they're mysterious. When you see one, you're excited because, like, they don't come out that often, and also, like, a little dangerous. And for that, I'm picking Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. Both, they get the black fur, the black cover, they're both mysterious, full of mystery, majestic as fuck, and I love it. Ninth House is about a girl who can see ghosts, who uses that power to solve murders, and also, like, it gets her into Yale University. Pigeon. Now, most places have pigeons, yes, but I love pigeons. Have you ever seen a skinny pigeon? And if you see a skinny pigeon, you're like, what the fuck is wrong with that pigeon? But if you see a fat pigeon, you're like, oh my god, look at that fat pigeon! You get very excited. Also, they have these very beautiful, like, iridescent, like, wings. I fucking love pigeons. And so, I'm gonna pick a book that, like, helped me accept myself a little bit, that might be a little common, but I very much enjoyed, and that is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. Everybody knows about this. It is a hate-to-love story about a girl whose parents were killed by a fairy, and then she was taken by that fairy to be raised by him, and she gets pulled into some court intrigue in the fairy realm. It's fabulous. It's a highly loved book here on the Tube Books. I don't know, it's very nice. I like it. And I really love pigeons. Lobster. If you don't know, I don't know why you wouldn't know, but like Maine has like the world's best lobster or something like that. It has something to do with like the temperature, because because it's so cold, like the mussels are tighter, so like our seafood is smaller, but it tastes better. Like the taste is always superb. That's why during the High School Musical 2 song with Sharpay, and she's like, turkey imported from Maine, and like me and all my friends were furious. Potatoes, blueberries, lobster. You picked turkey? We're not known for turkey. Highly offended. I'm gonna write a strongly worded letter. So I moved you because you've been shaking. I'm sorry for the angle change. Anyway, while it is not true, there's that quote from Friends with Phoebe where she talks about like, oh, you found your lobster, because like lobsters mate for life. They don't do that. That is a lie. That is an incorrect statement. But I'm gonna go off that with, true love. This whole like love story, not a love story thing. I'm picking Docile by Kame Sahara, which I just recently read. It is a smutty book. It is a dom sub book, so just know that there is that. But however, it is so much more than that, and I highly recommend you check out Yumi Yamamoto's review of it. She talks about things much better than I ever could. That book is about a world where you accrue your family's debt, and then you can pay off large chunks of that debt by selling yourself into basic slavery. There's a drug, it's called Docilene. You take it, and you basically become just like a drone and agree to everything and then forget everything, but there are like bad side effects, stuff like that. And the main character gets contracted with a guy who is the heir to the people who make Docilene, but he refuses Docilene because it's one of the rights that they have. It kind of goes off from there, but this book does so much more. It's so much more than a smutty book, so much more than that. Like the first half of it's like what you expect. The second half is like comments on the debt crisis, comments on social structure and classism. Like it's a fucking brilliant. Oh my god, it's so good. And last, but certainly not least, one of the things that we are most famous for, moose. Moose are big dumb animals. They have like the brain the size of a pea, but they are the size of a fucking house, and they have the strength of like 10 brick walls. Like if you hit one, it's like hitting 10 brick walls. Like no, you see, you don't seem to understand. Susan, we hear that you hit a moose. We assume you're dead until proven alive. For that book, just for the moose thing, I'm picking Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. Now, this is because of a specific quote, which is not a spoiler. Actually, I think it might be like the very first sentence in the book, but I could be wrong. The moose is a lie. There's all these moose signs going up to like this school or whatever. This is like, moose crossing, like watch out for moose. And we have them too. It's like the next 26 miles, this is a high hit area for moose. We see a lot of moose in this area. Though come to think of it, I don't think I've ever seen a moose in a high hit moose area. Maybe the moose is a lie. Truly Devious is about a school that takes kids that are like very specific interests, special gifted children kind of thing. And Stevie Bell, the main character, applies to the school because she is obsessed with a murder that happened at that school. She loves true crime, things like that. She gets accepted, and her project is to solve this old murder. But then more murders start happening at the school, and things become dangerous.
Let's get dangerous.
And it kind of goes off from there. And that's it. Those are some books that I recommend on some, basic Maine animals.